guy with an 800-pound mother and a mentally retarded brother who never manages to leave the tiny town in Iowa where he lives. And that studio put this movie out at Christmas. Yes, What's Eating Gilbert Grape does seem a little like the last picture show without Texas. It stars Johnny Depp as the soulful-eyed rebel caring for his brother Leonardo DiCaprio and biding his time with Mary Steenburgen until Juliette Lewis rides into town. Lucky boy.
I have a sort of very strong allergic reaction to formula. So for me, it's just important to keep doing things that maybe haven't necessarily been done before.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape is the offbeat coming-of-age story about a young guy who's getting left behind by life.
To me, Gilbert was a guy who, at a certain point in his life, started to kill himself inside out, you know, emotionally.
I was supposed to sort of inspire him a little bit, or maybe have him appreciate life a little bit.
The great thing about working with someone like Juliette is that absolutely nothing was planned. She's very adventurous in that she will react to whatever's going on at the time, which I like to do.
Already getting considerable reaction from critics is Leonardo DiCaprio's portrayal of Gilbert's mentally retarded brother Arnie, already being talked about as potential Oscar nomination material.
For this, I had to completely transform myself. Like, I couldn't be Leo by any means. Everything I did in normal life had to be completely wiped away, and I had to start with a clean slate of what Arnie would do.
And Arnie is just part of what is a very unusual family that Gilbert's in. The intensity of working with such characters had a clear effect on the actors.
We wanted to make that relationship between me and Johnny almost like an unspoken brotherhood. Johnny and I had that off screen too. We'd be like, you know, the brother type of thing.
It definitely made me think about my upbringing and my relationship with my family today.
All this on what turned out to be something of an alienating location. Though the film is set in Iowa, it was actually shot in Texas.
Shot it in Austin, then we went to a little town called Maynard. It was really sort of abandoned and really sad.
I'm terrible on location. I need to take up hobbies, you know, like not video, pinball games or something. I went to the black and white photo mat. It was really narcissistic. I'd take pictures of myself. I was really bored. Like maybe impressing myself. It didn't work.
All right, it's really the performances that make you stand up and take notice of this film, particularly DiCaprio's. This is the kind of performance that could really change his profile in Hollywood in a big hurry. Or
Great. Well, part of his problem may be his family, his 600-pound mother, or his handicapped younger brother, or the way everyone treats him like the man of the house. Anyway, Johnny Depp plays Gilbert, and Leonardo DiCaprio, last seen in this boy's life, is the younger Grape. Shaking up their routine is Juliette Lewis, the new teenager in town.
I think it's about this guy who throws his own life away at some point and devotes himself to others, to his family, and kind of martyrs himself in that way, and how dangerous that can become to lose the sense of yourself.
I killed him, Gilbert.
I know, buddy.
Okay, son, come down now.
Bye!
When is this going to stop?
I wanted to make Gilbert and Arnie, when you watch them on screen, sort of almost attached at the hip. Arnie was just a part of Gilbert. They were always together.
Excuse me? Where to?
Oh, just keep going straight.
All right.
My mom wants to become 18, and I'm having a big party on Gilbert.
I'm really impressed by his work, the way he picked up on mannerisms, looking at several of these boys, mentally challenged boys.
Mainly it was me going to a home and just trying to get into the mind of how these kids operated, how their mind functioned and what they focused on. When is that party coming?
6 days.
6 days is my party and I'm coming teen. I'm 18 and you're not invited.
Arnie, don't be rude.
Oh, it's okay. He's just being honest. I don't mind.
She's the siren that breezes through town and awakens him, and she represents emotion, honesty, directness. She points out to Gilbert what he needs to do.
Hi, Gilbert. Oh, look, come here.
What?
The praying mantis.
The challenge was these really weird characters, like almost cartoonish characters, to try to make them real and integrate them in a realistic story.
You know how they mate? The male will sneak up on the female, and she'll bite off his head, and the rest of his body will keep on mating, and then when they're done, she'll eat him. She'll eat the rest of him. Grandma, we have company.
I think Lasse has a very strong vision of what he wants, and I think that the book, I mean, clearly spelled out all the emotion, you know. The book was what I committed to. I hadn't even seen a script. I just committed to the book and Lasse.
My parents split up when I was a kid. I go back and forth between them, because they're always moving. But it's good. It's my life.
Yeah. We don't really move. I mean, we'd like to, but my mom is sort of attached to the house. I was interested in the things that weren't being said. I was interested in the hostility that wasn't being expressed. That's the house. It's really amazing. I mean, how small it looks from here, considering the girth of what's inside of it.
I think he really relates to this boy. He has a similar upbringing. He grew up in a small town. Not that we cast him for that reason. It was mainly his intuition.
I can't imagine how it's been for you kids. I know what a burden I am.
Don't say that.
I know it. And I know that you're ashamed of me.
For me, it was a great departure from the other things I'd done.
I never meant to be like this. I never wanted to be a joke.
No joke, Mom.
I never wanted to be.
No joke.
Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in a motion picture are Leonardo DiCaprio, What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Great fine.
Get over there.
I don't have the tough guy shoot 'em, blow my gun, go away part in my character that boys have.
We suspect Academy Award nominee Leonardo DiCaprio had that part in his character.
This is a man's best friend back then, and if you didn't have a gun on you, if it wasn't a piece of your hand almost, then you were in bad shape.
Every time before we hand the gun out, we check
He
it.
does that.
Stel Reed coaches the actors so they'll look authentic, and it wasn't an accident that he got the job.
Now, Thel here is the fastest drawer in the world. In the world.
You have to draw and lock like he's hitting the target rather than just a haphazard type draw. And Leo here has done real well. He's one of the star students here in the movie.